Hi there, my name is Kathy Anderson with Energy Works, and I am excited to do this video. It's a really short, quick little video, and you will be very excited when you learn how to do this. Welcome to Demystifying the skill of muscle testing. Who uses muscle testing? I get asked this all the time. Who does this? People think like only energy workers do it or water dowsers. No, you would be amazed. I learned this from chiropractors. And then I noticed that my Reiki teacher and other people involved in alternative medicine were using it, and I started seeing people using it, carpenters using it, and doctors using it, and professionals. So it's not very limited. There's a lot of people using it. They're catching on. It's pretty exciting. How does it work? Somehow, our bodies seem to react with strength to the truth and react with weakness to a lie. Somehow our bodies know the truth. If you go online and research this, you're going to find people that are going to tell you they know why. That's okay. Maybe they figured it out and that's their answer, but I don't have to analyze it. I just think it's neat, and I want to share it with you so it can help your life progress and evolve. I think you'll like it, and it's very exciting. The first way that I learned it is the way that you probably will find it online. If you go to a chiropractor webinar or a conference on the emotion code with Dr. Bradley Nelson, you'll see him do what's called the Delta test. It's very common. It's very old. One person stands in front of another person. The person being tested extends their arm out to the side with their fingers straight, and the other person stands in front of them, and they're going to press down on the person's wrist, and they're going to ask a question. So I'll be the person having my arm pressed down, and I'll say, "My name is Kat." And the person will press down at the wrist, and my arm will resist. My arm will not go down, because that's the truth. If I say, "My name is Joseph," and they press down, my arm will go right down. There will be no strength in my arm or shoulder, because it's a lie. I don't know how it works. Just know it does. Can I do this by myself? I hope so. A person can do this alone. There's a bunch of ways, so I'll show you the ones that I know. Make a circle with your thumb and first finger. Make another circle on your other hand. Put them through each other so that they're tied together. If you're telling the truth or you're getting a positive answer, you'll get strength. When you try to pull them apart, there'll be resistance. If you get a no, say you're asking a question about whether I should go out tonight, and your fingers pull apart, it means no. This is not a good night. So you try this exercise right now. Try it with your name, because that is the simplest and easiest thing, because your body knows your name. Your system knows the truth. So try it right now and see if your fingers will hold together. Try it right now. A second way to do this alone is the easiest way for me, but you'll find your easiest way. Extend two fingers of your dominant hand. Ask a question like your name or your birthday, and press down with the two fingers of your other hand. See if you get resistance. You should. If you're asking your right name, you should. If you ask the wrong name, your fingers are going to collapse. It's really easy. A third way, this is my favorite way because it's very discreet, and you can do it in meetings. You can do it in public. You can do it at the doctor's office, and no one will see you do it if you're careful with it. You take one hand. All you need is one hand. And you put your second finger over your first finger like you see in the picture here. Just put your second finger over your first finger and push down when you're asking the question. So if I'm at the store and I say, "Are any of these mushrooms worth buying?" and I push down and get a resistance, I'll get a yes, usually. And then I can figure out, because I can do scanning, I know which package wants to be bought. I can do that. But this is a good way when you're standing, say, in a vitamin aisle and you're freaked out by how many brands there are. All you have to do is say, "Are any of these brands for me?" That'll get right to the bottom of the matter right then. So just try it right now. Put your second finger down over your first finger. Ask your name. Another way is to make a circle with your thumb and forefinger. Take your other hand's finger inside the circle and try to pull it and break the circle. Try to break the circle. If you ask a wrong name, you'll break the circle. So I'm going to say, "My name is Sam." It went right through. There was no resistance at all. I think that's cool. This final way is when I'm checking something really important, like whether meat is still good. This is not a guarantee, but for me it is. You have to figure out for yourself what works for you. But for me, I trust this implicitly. I also check and see if things smell good and they look good. But I do use this. You have to be in a meditative state to use this. It's called the leaning muscle test. Stand quietly in a room without distractions. Close your eyes. Quiet your mind. And train your body. You're going to tell your body, if I'm going to get a yes, my body will sway forward. If I'm going to get a no, my body will pull backwards, and it will just work. So you'll just close your eyes and say, am I supposed to go out tonight? Or whatever you're asking. Is this a good doctor for me? And close your eyes and let your body move. Your body will tell you, which is fascinating. What to use this for? Well, I already just told you some of it. I use it to make decisions in all areas of my life because I know I'm speaking with my higher self. That's my opinion, that it's my higher self. And my higher self knows way more about the situation than I do. I don't know consciously anything compared to my higher self. My higher self knows which doctor to go to and which roads to take at night and whether I should drive at night and what vitamins to take and what I need. I use this to check my food, to buy anything, to check the integrity of people. What if you're panning through Craigslist and looking for somebody and you need somebody as a handyman? You can use this to say, are any of these people should I call any of these people? Should I call any of them today? Should I ask again tomorrow? Or is this person telling me the truth about this car? Or whatever you want to ask. Anything that's a yes or no answer. I also use this to check the ingredients of food. Especially when I'm trying to figure out like a spice. You know how on the back of spice bottles they'll say various spices? And I'm trying to figure out, I wonder what they're putting in this that makes it so good. There's one of them that I buy. It's called Everglade seasoning, and no one knows what's in it, but it's really good. So I've tried to muscle test through it to figure out what's in this stuff. Is it like mustard? Is that mustard powder I taste? And Hungarian paprika, whatever. Trying to figure out, you can figure that stuff out. You can figure out what's in the stuff at Costco, their food that makes it so good, those prepared dinners and recipes. You can figure all that out. If you have permission. I mean, if God or the universe wants you to get the answers, and I don't know why they wouldn't, you can find out all the ingredients that you want. I know contractors that ask at Home Depot, okay, how much pipe do I need? How much lumber do I need? You know, how much of PVC pipe do I need? It's really, really helpful. I've used it at the nursery to buy plants and figure out on buying car parts and where to buy car parts. Some places aren't too good with their electrical parts, and some other shops are. So this is how I find out, and it's always worked. Can this ever be wrong? So I just screwed up my last statement by saying it's always worked. Yes, it does work, but there are times when it won't work, and usually it's when you've already made up your mind. When you have already decided, I'm going to do this thing, and then you muscle test, just disregard it, because you've already made up your mind, and your will, your free will ride over everything else, because that is the gift on this earth, is free will. We don't have to do what's best for us if we don't want to. We can do anything that we want, whether it's good for us or not. There's consequences for that, but we don't have to do what's best for us. The reason people do muscle testing and dowsing, this is a form of dowsing, is because they're supposed to be asking what's best for them. So it would seem kind of a moot point for you to want to muscle test something that you've already made up your mind about. So you kind of have to be honest with yourself and say, look, I've already decided I'm going to date this person, and I really don't care. I'm not even going to muscle test because I already like the person. So don't do that. Don't try to fool yourself. In a situation like that, what I would suggest, if you're in a really emotional state about your dog is dying, or you're in love with someone you think is cheating, or some strange situation like that, you need to get confirmation. You need to get someone else that does muscle testing or join the American Society of Dowsers or something like that, where you can get online with people that are objective about what you're doing, and then write it down on a piece of paper and say, I've written something down on a piece of paper. Would you please dowse and ask if what I've written down is affirmative or negative? I have done that over and over with really hard situations. One of them I'm not even going to go into, but for really hard decisions in life, I don't trust my muscle testing because my emotions are so involved. I don't know whether I'm just making it work or not. So in cases like that, I always involve another person that is less involved with the situation. And then I trust what they say. So it kind of depends on your integrity and how determined you are to really want to evolve and trust a higher source, because this really is a higher source. It really isn't your body. It is a higher source, whatever you want to label it is. And then I tell my students, research the subject. I researched this for years. I still continue to learn about it. You're probably going to find out a ton of stuff I haven't even mentioned. So go ahead and research it. Look at it. Look up muscle dowsing. See what people are saying about it. Who's using it? What are they using it for? It's really fascinating. So check it out, look it up, learn about it, grow with it. So let's look at what we learned. It connects us to our intuition. It helps confirm our intuition, so we've taken the mystery out of it. We learned 5 different methods. There's probably more. We learned that a lot of people are already using it in lots of different lifestyles. And I personally know that if you practice this, your confidence in yourself will improve, and you will become closer to your higher self. You will align yourself with your true self. I don't know how it works. I just know that it does. It's my personal testimony that this is just life-transforming stuff. It's a form of dowsing. So I hope that this has really been helpful for you. You can reach me if you're interested in dowsing. You can reach me at my email. I teach dowsing classes usually, and I also do ancestral clearing, which I can do over the phone. If you're interested in ancestral clearing or what it is, you can shoot me an email right here, starchild2008@live.com. I also do Reiki and Reiki distance healing. So I am available for all of that. If you're interested, contact me. And blessings, and I hope this has been really helpful for you, and go forward and be blessed with this. Really, I hope that you use this and it really helps.